Or maybe you say, you know what? Fuck bitch ass nigga, I'll be back. Whatever, right? Whatever. What I'm saying is there was plenty of things to do besides poker man.
True.
Over a tent. That's what. So I'm coming back to before that. My thing is going to be conflict resolution skills, decision making skills, and emotional maturity. I'm going to come back to that, and then I'm going to go back to how you were raised. I'm going to go back to why you left your house with a rusty jukes in your backpack, going to a high school, going to a football game. So I'm questioning a lot of things, people. Mm-hmm. I'm questioning a lot of things. I'm not going to be like, oh, the black. No, I work with black youth. That's my life. I do this. So I'm going to ask you a question. What made you take a knife to the football game? What made you think you had to stab this man instead of running away in the big stadium? What made you think you feared for your life in this environment? What made you think that?
Well, there was, like I said, there's a lot of mixed feelings about this. I don't really think personally, at least on my end, I don't think personally that it's about whether or not he did that, like whether or not he stabbed somebody, right? I think my issue had to do more with the amount of time that he got considering the situation. That's what my question was about, you know. That's why I was talking about the whole jury of your peers thing, and that.
We're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into that. Jury of your peers. I was having a conversation with a brother who's in the legal world, and you know his question. You know his question and statement was, "Where are you motherfuckers on the jury? How many of you? No. How many of you duck jury duty? How many of you How many of you are part of the process? Because you know what? It only takes one to be like, I don't know. It only takes one." Mm-hmm. So how many of you got skin in the game? And this is my problem with our people. I don't want to hear from you if you ain't got skin in the game. I don't want to hear from you. Mm-hmm. So say, cool, we can converse. You can say, well, you know what, Shak, I don't think, blah, blah, blah. I don't, and we can have that conversation. Right. You get what I'm saying? We can have that conversation.
The funny part is I can't get jury duty. It's over for me. Yeah. I can't do that. Right. I can vote. I can vote.
What I'm saying is, you understand what I'm saying, though. You understand what I'm saying,
right?
How many of these people talking about the system and talking about this boy being railroaded or anything of that nature? How many of you are doing anything with the system, in the system, or even against the system?
Well, see, that's that's my whole point, though, Shak.
How many of you?
Most folks would never think to enter into the cause of like prison reform unless they've been to a prison or have a family member that's been in one. So if they don't have a correct reference point, they don't really give a damn. And most of those people who have that kind of connection are not allowed to be on the jury. So even if they want to make a change, even if they want something to be different in the legal system because they got railroaded earlier, they don't even have a right to do so. So they have to find somebody else to can.
I grant you that. Mm-hmm. However, what was the... That exists. That is not all these motherfuckers out here talking. Say cool.
No, not everybody. No, I'm not so saying
it's not even. It's not say cool. It's not even. It's nowhere near something that they even talk about. It's something to mention as, hey, this exists. But it's not something to put on the table as a causality. In my opinion,
it all depends on.
In my opinion,
though. See, because you got to remember from where I sit, I would want to affect a different change, but because of certain borders based on things.
It is not manslaughter. Mehdi, right. I'm sorry. It's not manslaughter when you say, if you do this, watch this. That's it. It's not manslaughter. It's not manslaughter.
Maybe
it's not. It's not manslaughter when you got a rusty jukes in your. It's not manslaughter, yo. It's not manslaughter.
But see,
when you tell a nigga.
That's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. I get
and also let me say this. Hold on, before I'm gonna let you go. Let me say this because I just jumped out there. Let me say this. We all don't know the specific state law either. We always talking about the law from where we live. Always talk about the law from the perspective of where we live. So I just want to say that, and I just did it myself as well. You know what I mean? I did that also. However, I just want to put that out there. But go ahead, Sekou.
No, what I'm saying is, like, the issue for most people when it really comes down to it is we have seen people go down for less time for more. That's just it. And if we can just focus on that piece of it, I don't know what happened at the stadium. What I do know is just the week before that, some black kid got shot in the back while he was running, and the guy that shot him was using the same stand your ground defense. And I don't see why
I'm with you. Listen,
why we can't have likeness. Like
we can have that conversation. However, the conversation I want to have with my people is prevention. Stop making bad fucking decisions.
Right. But that
so say cool, because that's where I'm at. We're not having these conversations, and I don't even know what yo talking about. But yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
In order to have a real discussion about this, you have to be honest about the segment of people that would actually care for there to be affected change, who are kept from affected change.
But brother, it starts in the fucking household, yo.
I'm not taking away from that. I'm not taking away from where it begins. But once it's just like this, forget the legal aspect of it. As an adult, there are some things that I've realized that I've done wrong, right? Legal or illegal isn't the point.
Yo, where do you get these fucking people, say cool? These are your people. Where do you get these people?
I don't know who that is, but I don't even know who Genius Beats is. I don't know if that's a beat maker. Is that a beat maker? I don't know. There's a few thousand over there.
You know what? Let me say this.
I got mods.
Let me say this. Let me say this up front. And some of you who watch the show know I'm a little turned up right now, early. And I am, because this is I live this every day. I've been dealing with this for over 20 years. 20 years, right? I stopped working for the city because every week I'm seeing my kids on Murder Inc. either doing it or getting it done to them. So I ain't got I ain't got no time for nobody like really, like I'm in it. I'm in it. So don't talk to me. Nobody can talk to me who ain't in it. You can't. You really can't on a certain level. On a certain level, you got to shut the fuck up. We can have a certain conversation up here, but like down here rather. But up here, you really got to shut the fuck up, yo.
And just tune in, take notes.
You really do, because I really am out here trying to save these fucking babies every day. And I'm telling you, the problem that we're having, I see the Carmelo Anthony's every day, every day, and it's decision making.
And that's why I'm saying it's two different conversations. That's what I'm saying. If you're having a conversation about charges, sentencing, those disparities and things like that over metrics, that's one thing. But just compulsion to do something stupid because somebody may have wronged you in some way. If they didn't put their hands all over him and he's just on some, like I said, I didn't see the video. But if he's being attacked, that's one thing versus, somebody's in his face. You see what I'm saying? That's all. But I don't know.
Listen, brother, again, who of us has not been attacked?
Right.
Who of us has not had a fight in a football game?
But
in a basketball game?
Like we're not allowed to defend ourselves.
Listen, you're missing my point. I'm saying there's levels to this shit.
Right.
And I'm saying the reason this young man was convicted is because it's would a reasonable person have done this? Would a reasonable person would have felt that they had to kill a man or stab someone in this situation? That's what it goes down to.
Which is true. That's what I'm saying. So it's like there's all these connected conversations to it.
This is what I asked Turn. I asked that question also. That before I even get to the verdict, yo, I'm saying, why did this young man feel the need to bring a knife to the football game? I'm saying, why did this young man feel the need to go from push to poke? He got pushed. Fuck it. He got punched. Whatever. All right, cool. But to take a person's life over a punch, where we at?
That's what the problem is. If we have that conversation, you can't not have the conversation about taking somebody's life over a thought stolen water.
And that's all I'm saying, brother. All I'm saying
control is a problem for all races, not just the black.
Right. However, I'm not a steward of all fucking races. I'm just not.
That is true. That is true.
I'm not. So I'm saying my issue is I don't see this conversation being conversed. I don't see it.
Right.
I don't. What I see is the verdict. What I see is the metrics. What I see is the inequality. I see those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the conversations of us talking to us saying, "Hey, we got to do a little bit better than this, yo."
Right. We do. I mean, here's the thing.
That's all I'm saying. Say cool.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my only point. That's my only point. That if we're not having this conversation, fuck you and all the other conversations. Fuck you and everything past that. If we're not having this conversation, give a fuck about that. Like dog. And again, I got a brother who did 25 over a body that he just had to do.
Right.
You get like, bro. So I'm like, no. My metrics are the same.
Back in the day, man, in high school and stuff, we weren't really we was still fist fighting. You know what I'm saying? So there is a whole different thing and theme and understanding that he brought a weapon to the situation. That's the impulse control. You went there with the wishing nigga. You came out the wishing nigga.
You wish a nigga would.
Yeah. You
nigga,
came
come
out
on, stay cool.
Right.
And this is why, again, if I'm on the jury, I'm like, ooh, he left the crib with it. He didn't pick it up out on the spot. Nobody passed it to him.
Yeah, he was conveniently able to grab it from the bag. But I thought it wasn't a real joint. I thought it was some track shoe tightening spike thing, and he just used
he wasn't. Again, to my knowledge, he was not a participant, and he pulled this out of his jiffy.
Huh. Okay. Well, like I said, I didn't see much.
Listen, let's say cool. I fought in a track meet and used the shoe. So I'm okay. You get I get it. I'm okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You got spikes on it.
Right. But guess what? Guess what? Say cool. That's the moment. I'm like, oh shit. What I didn't do, say cool, is bring a specially made shoe with butcher knives attached to it, saying if a nigga try me, I'm gonna pull out this. Like, that's what I'm saying, dog. It's so many. It's different levels of and me looking at it. I'm peeping the thought process. I'm like, damn, this was the decision. Boom. Mm-hmm. This was the decision. Boom. This was the decision. What could have been done different here? What could have been done different there? I'm like, damn. And these are all basic. These are all basic. You couldn't walk away and call them bitch ass niggas and then come back with Todd and be like, look at bitch ass nigga. Look at me standing up under here. You couldn't do that. Hold it. Watch this. You couldn't. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't even know if I believe he belonged there. He was invited. Did anyone step up to say that? I don't even know. But watch this. Even if he wasn't, even if he was just standing under there because it was raining, it was hot, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna use it. Ain't nobody around." Right?
Right.
I've done it. I've done it before. Right now, which one of you haven't sat in a concert seat or a sports seat because it was empty and you had a nosebleed, and then somebody come down, you're like, "Oh, you showed up." Okay. Mm-hmm. You get the fuck up and leave. Even if a dude press you, be like, "Hey, yo, man, get up out my seat." You gonna talk shit, but you know it ain't your fucking seat. Your seat up there. So so a reasonable person gets up. Even if you talk shit, you get up and walk away. So what I'm saying is, I see too many outs, say cool, to be talking about a fucking verdict.
Well, like I said, the verdict is a whole nother situation because that is its own disparity based on a lot of other things other than what happened that day. That's why the verdict conversation versus conflict resolution in high conflict situations for a high schooler are two totally different things. We definitely need to do better with how we raise our kids, with their impulse control, with them not being able to control themselves when they're upset, when somebody says something about their mama or steps on their shoe. This is a problem that we've been having for years, but that's its own discussion because that is something that comes from the house, how you raise your family line. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to get into generational bullshit, we can do that, but that's separate from a legal system that is unbalanced. And so if your argument from people has to do with the legal system imbalance, but you're not arguing as to whether or not that boy was wrong that day for bringing this, for stabbing somebody, fuck everything up to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I'm saying.
That's what happened.
That's all. Again, I'm not discounting the other stuff. I'm just saying I don't want to hear about the other stuff if we're not talking about this as well. That's all I'm saying. And I especially don't want to hear it from you. You know who I'm talking to. I don't want to hear from you and you people.
Right.
I really don't. So I really don't.
Like I said, I feel what you're saying. It's just I've heard different people arguing for different reasons. And there's a certain argument that to me is a valid argument. But then there's another argument which is valid. Yeah, if somebody should deserve to die that day. That argument, no one deserved to lose their life that day. And anybody who thinks that even if you don't like the white boy, whatever, he's still a high school bully, whatever. He didn't deserve that either. You know what I'm saying? So if we can't have that real conversation, that's where my problem is. You want to separate it because, well, that white boy deserved to die. Did he? He was still somebody's kid. He was a fucking high schooler. You know what I'm saying?
And who also
making impulse.
Come on, say cool. That was the alley-oop I'm dunking. Right? They again, and watch this. The lesson the Anthony family is learning the hard way. Austin's family is learning the fucking hard way.
Everybody's got a problem right now that they got to deal with because neither one of them kids was doing what they needed to do at the time.
Neither one of them.
And that's why I'm saying if we can't have that to say. None of that should have even happened before we get to that verdict conversation and the systemic legal system and the whole other thing. That's where I'm having the issue with folks is if you can't at least admit that there was some wrong and start there, then we can't have a genuine conversation is what I'm saying. No,
exactly.
I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
And that's all brother. That's really where I was just trying to, that's the plane I'm landing, man. Right. Like we need if we're going to have the conversation, let's have the total conversation and don't omit that part. Right. And think we're having a real conversation because we're really not.
I see somebody put in the chat, if you put your hands on somebody, you are responsible for the outcome. Look, you are responsible for not putting your hands on somebody, but that other person is also responsible for their what? Response. That's why this
tell out to the jury. Tell out to the jury, Quell. So tell out to the jury. Tell out to his mother. Tell out to his mother.
I'm not okay with none of it. See, this is what you're missing the baseline here. The baseline is none of that shit should have happened. Nobody was right. If you can understand that first, then we can have a real conversation. I'm talking to the chat right now, not you, Shaka, because we talking. But other people are just either all the way on this side or all the way on that side. And you're missing the damn conversation that really needs to be had because you worried about who was white and who was black in that situation. When we need to understand those were teenage high school kids. I was fighting a bunch when I was in high school, scuffling around. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't murder anybody.
So let me ask Quail this.
Just saying, it's possible to not do that.
Quail, are you okay? Quail, are you okay with your son getting 35 years?
I'm not.
Are you okay with your son getting 35 years because somebody put their hands on him first? You okay with that? That's the bottom line. Somebody put their hands on you, be ready to go to jail for 35 years. That's the hill you dying on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hill you dying on. I'm you got to wave that flag up there by yourself, good brother. I'm not coming. I'm not.
And that's all I've been really trying to say to folks as well. I see we got a couple of crazies in the chat over here, but for the purpose of discourse, so we don't give them much time, but we will say this: Carmelo Anthony was wrong, and so was Austin Metcalf. But nobody had to die that day. You understand what I'm saying? And if we can at least have that conversation, like, look, he was out of line. Shouldn't have put his hands on him. We can have that whole conversation.
Hey, Quell, what do you do? What do you do to be able to say anything you're saying? What do you do to be able to say anything you're saying, Quell?
It's not about bullying. All I'm saying is throw up your 55s and handle your business. But if you murder someone, then there's consequences that come along with that. But if you're really willing to throw up your 55s, then let's fucking go. Other than that, stop thinking you got to murder everybody. That's the problem. That's the problem. You're all in the chat with that dumb shit. That's not what you're supposed to do. We didn't used to do that. We used to actually guff it out. Me and you over here. Let's go behind the bleachers real quick. We used to handle it like men as young men. So how dare you come into my chat or Shaka's chat and recommend that somebody's murdering people just because they put their hands on them? You got to be very specific with what you're talking about. Somebody could push you. You can push them right the fuck back. You get that, right? You don't have to pull out a gun and shoot them, especially if you are willing to put your 55s up. There's more men with hands than there are with guns, all right? So just keep that shit real. I don't want to hear, because they're going to tell me I'm promoting violence over here. I already hear that crap enough. What I'm saying is that didn't have to happen. I'd have rather them just be fighting like regular high school kids. Somebody gets suspended or some shit, and you move on with life. And their families both still have their kids. So get out the chat with the bullshit, guys. Come on, we're grown ups now. We don't do that.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'll let the chat address the chat on that,
right?
Like, because that type of rhetoric is actually beneath my pay grade,
right? Goofy ass shit. Fuck out of here with that.
So again, my whole point, my whole purpose of this
conversation. Get the fuck out of here with that.
My whole conversation.
Bully your children. No, we don't. I want my children to knock them the fuck out. That's what I want. That's what I want.
I want my kids to come the fuck home. I want my kids to make it home.
I want them to make it home, but I also want a point to be proven and a lesson to be learned. But it doesn't have to go to the stage of murders. My whole point. And we used to live like that. And we used to earn respect through that. Not years in jail. We used to earn fucking respect from each other and become friends at times with people that you fought. Now, all of a sudden, this is the way? Nah, it's never been the way. We just introduced it and we fed it with stupid ass music and dumb shit.
At least he's alive. You are so out of touch with reality. You clearly have never done a second in jail.
Yo, that's
clearly you haven't done a second. In jail.
It's not good. I'm not going to necessarily say it's worse because I've never been dead, but I have, so it's not good. A weekend in that motherfucker ain't good. But if you got to spend your entire adult life basically in that place, yo, he's not gonna have a good time either. The family, everybody loses in this. Like I don't get why that's so hard to just say.
No one's white. CR, what's good, brother? How you doing? I see you. We got you.
Not much. Hold on one second.
You gonna be on
man, how's everything, man? I see y'all doing what y'all gotta do, man. I love the show, man.
I appreciate you, CR, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. I'm glad to see you you active and still doing what you're doing, man.
You know, you gotta do love what you do and do what you love,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where you at with this, brother? Where you land with this topic?
Well, I mean, I agree with you on your points 100%. I think that what I think was happening is the lack of research on certain grounds for different states. Not every state has the same stand your ground law. And if you are a responsible gun owner and you're able to own a gun, you should know those laws are cuff. And any weapon, ultimately, you got to treat like it's a gun. And the same can be said if the dude got pushed and instead of pulling out a knife, the dude pulled out a Glock and shot him. It's basically the same thing, but you think of it differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody push you on the shoulder and you pull out a gun and shoot him, you would be like, oh, that's a little excessive. So I don't think it's a white or black thing. I just think that, it was just a situation that political parties could use to, to be honest, I think it's a bigger problem than what it looks on the surface. To me, I think it's certain people or parties manipulating the black culture and our emotions, because if they keep us riled up, we can not pay attention to this or not pay attention to that.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? And they get us all riled up for some stuff that it's like, come on, man. Like, I don't see none of this activity when we can look at the data and see that we killing ourselves more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And we make this a topic. Why is this the topic?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why this one the topic? Because a white boy was killed?
Yep.
And you know,
Yeah.
so I don't even,
Absolutely.
CR, this is what, and because I'm active, I'm like, I don't want to hear from you people, because this is the only time you pop up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
The funny part is, let's say that it was another black kid.
Oh, it wouldn't have made the news.
Would have been a blip on the bottom of a newspaper.
Would the narrative still be from the people in the chat? If it was a black kid, that he shouldn't have put his hands on them?
But you have to ask yourself, why aren't you seeing the normal grifters? You don't see Al Sharpton talking about this. You don't see certain grifters talking about this scenario, because they know they wouldn't get 10 feet trying to, get behind this situation. You know what I mean? It's all a grift. I think, honestly, like, it's all a grift. Do you have multiple times to leave? If I go under another team's tent, or if I go into somebody else's team's locker room and they tell me to leave, I'm going to leave. And then to go through all that and to have to leave anyway because you killed somebody is bananas.
Right.
You could have left. You could have left before you killed the nigga. Like, you kill him and then you leave. You could have left when you were asked. But I think honestly, it just comes down to pride and ego. He felt he probably saw some chicks in there or whatever, and he couldn't take somebody telling him to do what he needed to do. And I think our culture has an issue with authority, regardless if that person is authorized or not.
Yep. I deal with it every day. Every single, like I said, I'm in the trenches. I've been in the trenches since the 90s. Before some of you motherfuckers was even able to do anything by yourself without your parents. I was actually out here active with there's generations of youth. They respect me. I can walk these streets on the strength of, because I'm like so in the chat, all this caping for the, like, y'all just typing the type, yo. Y'all really are.
Yeah.
Y'all just typing the type, and because we having a grown man conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. We appreciate the interaction.
Go ahead and make the algorithm do what it do. That's what's up.
But at the end of the day, when we have this discussion with people, if they can't have at least the whole nobody should have died that day as a baseline. You see what I'm saying? When they come in with that white boy deserved that because he shouldn't have. Wait a second now, because I'm old school still. Yeah. So I don't believe that weapons are first. I believe we put it up and we go talk over there real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen.
What happened to that?
I carry my joint every day. You know what I'm saying? It's constitutional carry here in Georgia. I never leave home without it. But at the end of the day, I have a responsibility.
And you still got to make proper decisions. You still got to make proper decisions.
I got to avoid the need to use that situation at all costs. Like, I'm gone. I'm out of there. The last thing I want to do is pull that joint out.
Yep.
Right.
The last thing.
And that's what I was saying. Somebody threw it in the chat too. Back in the day, pulling out the weapon made you the coward. You guys remember in Friday when John Witherspoon took the gun from Craig and was like, "This make you a man." That's old school. That's where we from. So the whole thing it's not supposed to be like this anyway. So if we start with that conversation to say, "Well, this ain't even it. I don't care who's white, who's black. We got kids killing kids. Yeah, we got teen takeovers. We got police shooting people. There's a lot of problems, and they don't need to be racial every fucking time." They're just problems.
Somebody said Austin was racist. You never met that man.
I don't know what he was. I know, you know what I'm saying?
You never heard the man speak. You never talked to that kid. You don't know nothing about that kid. You don't know none of that. But at the end of the day, when's the last time anybody seen a KKK? When is the last time anybody seen a skinhead? And I'm not saying that
They go to the
racist
mall
people out
districts
here.
now. They go to the shopping districts and shit now.
But what
They
I'm
don't.
saying is
They don't go to the hood.
It's been a long time since you've seen them in the news. But what I think is because of racism, it fuels, like it brings in the donations.
Mm-hmm.
It brings in the donations. And as
Yep.
soon as they wrap that situation up in racism, they done got like 650,000 in their account. But as soon as he get convicted, they could only raise $740.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, like the whole game is messed up. And people want, and the hugest problem in our community is the victimhood mentality. It's like you want to be a victim. You want to be oh man, we was enslaved. You wasn't enslaved.
Well, see,
You
that's a
want
whole
enslaved.
other
responses.
conversation.
Trauma
That's a whole other.
responses.
So everything is
We're doing communal trauma responses, and we're not getting to the actual factual of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're not touching on the year because
real.
we stuck up top. So we're not even touching we're not even doing bottom ground level shit because we stuck all up here.
That's
Talking
what it
about
is.
that and not
people
fixing our community.
Oh, the Democrats, listen, the Democrats were the KKK, and you'll hear people say, well, they switched parties. Tell me when they switched parties. And the ill part is, it's not even a party situation. It's like, if I'm going to see somebody, like, let's say I turn on the news, right, and I see Donald Trump say something, and because of the internet technology that we have out here today, I can go and check out the unaltered footage. But then I go see the altered footage and the way they spin it, and you can see, like, wait a minute, yo, they really spinning this. And you still trust certain people that manipulate media?
Watch this. Hey, C. Hey, listen. I keep it even more micro than that, right? My thing is your fucking backyard, your front porch, your cul-de-sac. That's where I'm at with it, yo. Like, fuck all that shit up there. Because if we doing the groundwork in our own shit, all that other stuff is like, so that's where I'm always at. Like, what's going on in your household? What's going on your block? What are you doing in your household? What are you doing on your block? What are you doing in your city? Like, what are you doing locally? You know what I mean? Don't talk to me again. I'm the same way. Don't talk to me about national politics if you can't talk to me about local politics. Don't talk to me about it.
Ain't vote for one chairman, ain't vote for one mayor.
No, not one sheriff, not one judge, none of that. None of that. And this goes back to what my man was saying, who's in the legal system. He was like, all these people talking, how many of y'all sat on the jury and been that guy that said, nah, I don't believe it? How many of y'all did that? No, every you want your flex is you don't go to jury duty. Your flex is that you don't fuck with the system. Your flex, so that's your flex. So now you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up.
Speaking on jury duty, if you read back what the black people were saying before they chose the jury, I kind of got a feeling as if everybody was given an excuse in order to not do jury duty. Oh, I can't put a black man away. Oh, he's just a kid. I think that they purposely go in to try to say the right thing so they won't have to do the jury duty.
Yo, he said no. My man who's a lawyer said that exactly, CR. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, like who's dumb enough to go up in there and say, well, I don't know if I can send a black man. They getting you off of there immediately. And what we seen was the laziness of our black culture shirking the duty of jury duty. That's what that was. That's what
preaching
that
over
was.
here.
That's what happened right there. Because when I heard all the questions and the answers, I was like, yo, these people really don't want to be on the jury. Like, why would you say that?
Yo, listen, say cool. I said this. How would we end? I said this 45 minutes ago before CR wasn't even on when I said this, yo. So CR,
where was y'all at? The ones that could be there, where was y'all at?
Yo?
You're right. The ones that could be there.
They could have lied. about the answer.
I hate to say it, but you're right. They could have lied.
They could have lied about the answer. They could have got on that jury, and they could have set him free, right or wrong.
Yep, they could, or they could have hung the jury, and he would have. It would have been a mistrial or whatever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
They were shirking their duties. And that's why you don't see the NAACP, you don't see BET, you don't see none of these. You don't see what's the rapper name? The black guy, the big the political one that got arrested at the Grammy.
Killer Mike.
You don't
Killer Mike.
talking about this. You don't see none of them because they know what it is, man. They know what it is. And the whole key to this whole thing is racism brings money, and we keep falling for it. We keep on falling for it.
Every time. Every time.
No. Okay. Yeah, no, we definitely have to. So again, this is the conversation I just wanted to start, right? This is not even the conversation we're here to finish. This is a conversation, though, I needed to start. Because I haven't seen this conversation. I haven't seen it
yet.
Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I see everything else, but I don't see the bottom line shit of like, yo, we got to do better with our young people. We got to do better. We got to do better with our accountability as a community for us and our young people. Like we can't just be like, oh, he black. That was No. Because guess what? I call what it is. I call it the Peter Parker theory, right? Again, you don't give a fuck until it's Uncle Ben.
And I was just about to say that.
You don't care.
What if it was your son that got stabbed in the heart? You know what I'm saying? At a school event? Huh?
You don't care.
You get stabbed. Your child gets stabbed in the heart at a school event. You don't want to hear the reason why. Who cares why? Nobody care why he got stabbed in the heart. The dude got stabbed in the heart. And then what kills me is people running with this. Oh, he got jumped. This dude got no scarring, no black eyes, no cuts, no nothing on his face, and he got jumped.
Again, that's what I'm saying. A reasonable person would a reasonable person pull out a knife and juke him over that.
No.
That's what the jury. That's the question for the jury, right? And so it's like,
He got 35 in Texas.
in Texas, yeah. And again, I don't. Again, let me tell you. Again, I don't wish that black man in jail at all.
Nobody, right.
At all, yo.
Right.
I wish that brother never would have made any of the decisions he made to lead him up, that got him there.
Right.
The same way I wish
But if it was my son that got stabbed in the heart, I would have wanted him to get whole 99 years. I would have wanted him to have a death penalty. Real talk. My child? Nah.
Listen, brother.
He lucky the father ain't go berserk in the courtroom.
Listen, again, I'm out here with the young people for over 2 decades. I have relatives. I have my own flesh and blood brother who was in a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just out here caping for nobody. I'm telling you, we got to do better, yo, because we're all affected.
The dad is racist. Who cares? If somebody says something racial to you, you gotta have an equal amount of reaction to whatever it is you do. You can't turn up, somebody put their hand on your shoulder and you stab them in the heart. That's not equality in that scenario. That's not equality.
I just keep saying that, like I said, you got to start with the fist fight.
Yeah, he should have punched him if he was racist.
That's how you feel.
He should have left.
He should have left. Like I said, see, you can leave talking shit. If you want to leave still feeling like, you ain't get bitch, you can walk away, bitch ass motherfucker, whatever, nigga, fuck your funky ass tent, whatever, I don't know. You feel me? I'm out
kick the tent post and shit. I'm gonna kick the tent post.
Whatever, right? Whatever a rational teenager would do.
Yeah.
Right?
He should have cut the line to the tent with the knife.
Ain't nobody mad at that. Yeah. Cut the line, run away. Dumbass nigga, whatever. right?
I
But
bet you he
but
gonna
to
be
get
in jail. He gonna be turning on his cot every day, wishing he'd have made a different
listen.
choice.
Let me tell you this. For those who think CR's lying. Again, personally, my own family, I guarantee you that my family wish they didn't do what they did and have to spend 26 years behind the bars, not see their son come up, not see anything, like lose all the relationships, not be, listen, me and my brother nowhere near as tight as we should be, yo. Nowhere near. You know why? Because I ain't seen a nigga in 26 years.
Right. That's a long time too, man.
Dog, that's a lifetime.
Shit.
That's a lifetime.
So somebody said, why leave if you don't have to? Listen, those tents were like outside locker rooms. You don't let strangers into your locker room. That's just point blank period. Regardless if it's outside, inside. That's one. Two, it didn't have his school tent on it. Maybe he should talk to his coach about getting a tent. That's the case. Three, the whole school that was there under that tent wasn't his school. Why was he there? Yeah, so it's cool you know somebody, but if they ask you to leave, you leave. It ain't yours to be there. I'm outside, so I get to do. No, you leave. They actually listen. I don't care if it's a public space. If I'm in Baltimore and I'm walking down, say, Pennsylvania Avenue, and it's some unsavory youngsters outside, and I'm chilling there, and they like, man, you got to get up out of here. I'm out of there.
No questions asked.
Man, listen, what I got to prove to them? I don't know them. You know how much street there is for me to be on? I'm out of there. I'm not going to push things to the limit to where I got to protect my life, even if it was real or not.
No, you know what he can do right now, Big Quail? He can sit in jail and can't leave. Can't leave. So again, if you don't control you, someone else will.
Yo, he said Rosa Parks didn't leave. Did you really try to equate this to freaking Rosa Parks?
No, I can no longer listen. I hope this is not your. I hope your channel was not connected to a real person, because you are outrageous.
Sitting in a seat ain't the equation of stabbing someone in the heart. Facts.
So
come on, Rosa Parks.
Yeah, listen. With that said, yo, we've landed this plane.
Yeah, let's keep this moving.
So listen, we're not. I'm gonna save this topic for next week. We're not even gonna do the other topic right now. We're gonna get right into play it or spray it. So we're gonna play this music and see how y'all feel about it. So the way it goes, I play music. You like it, you type 1. You don't like it, you type 2. Give comments, give emojis, the whole 9 yards. All right. If it's your song, I won't accept your vote. All right. So that's what it is. Again, I haven't heard any of these songs. I'm hearing them like you're hearing them. All right. So here we go. Play the spread. Put your ears on, people. All right. Here we go. First up, let's go with. Do I have a video? No, I don't have a video. All right, so let's go with this right here, y'all. Here we go.